you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
Podcast?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
Hello and welcome back to the Jank podcast. This is episode 12 and we are trying new things. I decided, a schedule and a consistent co-host is good. We love Everett, but Everett is inconsistent. I love you, Everett.
Wow, thanks.
That probably sounds really bad. But hey, I have another best friend here.
You want to start that over?
No, let's keep it. I think it's real.
Are you sure you don't want to start that over?
Nope. We're going with it. We started. That's the beauty of the Jank podcast, unedited and real.
Okay.
This is Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex.
Schulte, one of my best friends. And you know what they say? I ain't never seen two pretty best friends.
Who says that?
That's the meme. Have you not seen that meme?
No.
Oh, you need to get on TikTok. First, before we start anything, start using TikTok. If you're part of this family, you use a TikTok.
So I have a TikTok account, but I haven't used it or checked up on it in quite a long time.
Jesus Christ. That Everett uploaded one video, and he gave up on it too.
Well,
so you're already showing signs.
When I used to work at a radio station, I uploaded videos because it was my job. But then when I didn't have to upload TikTok, I just kind of stopped. Is that fair?
That's fair. TikTok's
I also feel like I'm a little too old for TikTok. I'm almost 30. I'm 29 years old.
You're almost 30?
Yeah, dude.
I'm 22.
Yeah.
You're like the big brother, and I'm like the little brother.
You're like the little brother who uses TikTok, and I'm like the older brother who doesn't use TikTok.
Who uses TikTok memes, and then it's just going to go completely over your head, so there's going to be no... I'll just be here, I'll be like, yeah, that one was for you kids, and you'll just be...
By the way, I hate that I have to turn my head
to talk
this
to
way
me,
to talk,
to have an actual
even
conversation.
though you're over here, so I feel like I'm going to grab
just talk to the...
that...
Just talk to the wall.
Here, just give me one
Just
second.
don't make eye contact with me. All right, so obviously this is a history podcast, so... yeah, you can fix all that. I'll describe what's going to go on. So here's the thing. Alex is probably, when it comes to history, as intelligent as the average American. And that's what's incredible, because the average American actually sucks at history knowledge. Alex is older than me and very wise in many
Are you saying
things.
I suck at history knowledge?
Well, we're going to test you. So next episode, I have a straight-up history test. But, hey, happy few days after Thanksgiving, everyone. This is the week after. But I still wanted to do some Thanksgiving trivia because my last episode wasn't Thanksgiving-themed. And I feel bad because Thanksgiving, I feel like, is, overlooked. Do you know what I mean?
It is an overlooked holiday. It's smushed between the two best holidays of Halloween and
juggernauts.
Christmas.
Yeah. And, both of those holidays have incredible songs. I personally think the reason, Thanksgiving is overlooked is it doesn't have any songs.
Yeah, totally.
Which brings me into one of my history questions for you.
I wanted to set this up and restart this whole thing, but you're all about being organic and having it all be real and no edits.
So
I'm going to
podcast.
change
This
my
is
entire
real.
setup while we're setting this thing up.
That's the beauty. Dude, there's no rules of the Jank. Literally, at one point, Everett could show up. Who knows? He's not, but he could. Because
coming over?
This is the Jank podcast.
I don't think I've ever met him.
No, I couldn't. I wasn't going to bring Everett over mostly because you don't see him regularly. First of all, you don't see him regularly. We're breaking COVID rules then.
Yeah.
We see each other almost 2 times a week. So we
now.
see so we see each other regularly.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's jump into some history stuff. This is going to kind of guide me on how well you know history.
Okay.
So the first one here, this one's just a fun fact. Did you know Jingle Bells was originally meant to be a Thanksgiving song?
No.
Isn't that cool?
Kind of. Not really.
It's whatever. Anyways, so the average...
It's kind of interesting, though.
Thank you for validating me. When do you think the first Thanksgiving was?
The same year as the Mayflower.
Want to elaborate?
When the
Give me a general time.
Pilgrims and the Indians.
Is it the 1400s, the 1500s, the 1600s, the 1700s, the 1800s? Go ahead.
The 1400s.
So the average American usually guesses between the 17 and late 1800s. It was 1621.
Really?
1492 is when we sailed the ocean blue. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So
when I was in 5th grade, I had to write a paper on Christopher Columbus, and I called him Chris Columbus throughout the whole paper, and I got a bad grade on it.
he doesn't deserve the notoriety.
Because I didn't call him by his full name, Christopher.
It's like your friends. You're like, yo, Chris, back in the 1400s.
Yeah,
That dude
Chris-
sailed, man. It was impressive.
He is a dick though, and I wasn't being like ahead of my time by calling him Chris Columbus.
Yeah.
I was being stupid.
You just didn't. Yeah, that's fair. But we can now say you're being ahead of your time. Here's the thing. I think anyone who
I'm okay with
sailed,
that.
I think anyone who sailed during those times does deserve some notoriety, but I don't think we should like hold him on a pedestal. Does that make sense?
Well, the pillaging and killing.
That's well, some people like James Cook was worse. James Cook, you don't know who James Cook is. That's okay. Hawaii. He got killed. He got killed by the natives. They're like, "Yo, you're a jerk."
He's a European.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the 1600s, floating around and
Sure.
saying what's up.
You're doing great. You're doing great, man. I want you to know. I'm really glad
You brought me
tried-
into a history segment of a
Yeah!
podcast, and I don't know history.
That's what's so fun for me. Okay.
This is just pumping
here's,
your ego.
Here's one I bet you'll get. Ready? Which president made Thanksgiving a national holiday?
Why do you think I'll get this right?
Well, no, here's the thing. The average Americans don't know this. So it's not me being like, haha, everyone's going to know and you're not. Odds are people don't know this. So this is like, it's fun seeing people squirm, and it's fun like a learning aspect as well.
Okay. Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt.
It's interesting you say that because the most commonly guessed person is Theodore Roosevelt by the average American, but he actually created the tradition of pardoning a turkey. The president who made it a national holiday was Lincoln.
Really?
And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Ulysses...
Is that the biggest thing that Lincoln did?
I think that's the biggest thing Lincoln did.
Like, that's what
Abraham
he's
Lincoln.
like known for.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Abraham Lincoln, Thanksgiving.
Is that why we wear the hats?
Yeah, to honor Abraham. You're getting it, dude. You're catching on, dude.
Yeah.
See, I told you, you're gonna learn.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Ulysses S. Grant, if I'm not mistaken, I think he made Christmas a national holiday, which is good old Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses. That's a old
That's a-
story.
That is, dude. You're on it, man. You're on it. You're in it. You're ready to
It's
win
an
it.
old story.
I bet you're gonna get this next one right. Okay, 102 people got onto the Mayflower to go to America. 102. How
This is
many?
a math question.
No. How many made it to America?
Do they dump the dead bodies off the edge?
Yeah. If they would.
Okay, so not 102 then.
What do you think?
90.
90? 102 actually. One person died and one was born.
That's a fun fact.
Right? It's like, someone was born on the Mayflower.
Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's a fun fact.
It's a fun. Why would it be? When did I say?
like
it'd
if
be
you were like
sexy?
at a party and you were like trying to impress somebody with like your knowledge,
that would
wouldn't
be kind
be
of
the fact
morbid. You'd be like,
to pull
life
out.
and death.
Isn't
the
that great?
Mayflower.
You want to get out of here?
Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, this one's not a history question. This is just one more fun question because I want you to take home a W. Which football team plays the most on Thanksgiving?
The Lions. The Cowboys.
What? Which one?
The Cowboys.
Yeah, they signed a contract. They didn't even know if it was going to be beneficial, and it turned out to be very beneficial. Cowboys.
Wow. This
There
has
you-
been fun.
You learned something today, right?
Do you think anybody's still watching right now?
People only watch for history. They literally watch because it's a history podcast.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Did you think, like, why would they stop?
Is this a history podcast? Is that like the main theme around this podcast?
Well, most
Because
of the
when you
people-
asked me to co-host this podcast with you, you didn't really tell me anything about it besides you're like, we're going to do like a 5-minute history thing in the
and
beginning.
this is the history part.
Oh, okay.
I told you. And then next week, now that I've got a gauge for it, when we do this, I'm going to give you a pop quiz of 10 basic history questions. It's learning, though. Then you'll be smart. So next time someone comes
Sounds
at
awesome.
you for
No,
it,
I can't wait. I'm
I'm
super
excited.
to my, for
Maybe
my
study-
weekly pop quiz.
it's A-Push. Remember taking A-Push?
No.
In high school.
AP US
History. Yes.
Dude, I took AP Environmental Science only because I heard it was the easiest AP class, and it was. We just had to catch butterflies. Literally, that was
You
the
caught
class.
butterflies in high school. We went to the same high school, right?
We did.
Technically? Yeah, okay.
We
okay.
did. Not at the same time, but yes, we did
Well-
end up graduating from the same place.
What was your high school experience like?
It was all over the place, I guess. That's a loaded question. You know?
In one sentence, describe the 4 years of your life in high school.
Constipated.
Okay, if you could look back and tell yourself something, what would you tell yourself?
Don't be constipated the whole time.
Really? So, like, if you went back in time,
No,
you
I
would
don't know.
like, if you could go back to your freshman self, you'd be like, Alex, don't be. You would sit there, freshman. You would be like, dude, you. I would be pissed if I went back in time just to like meme myself. I would be pissed. I'd be like, really? You could at least remember like the answers to a test or something. At least help me out on
things
a
that
test.
matter to me now.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'd be like, oh God, you got so gross. What happened to you?
You'd be like, what happened? You had so much opportunities.
You were so 15 years old. Everything was going your way. No, I don't know. The thing is, at this point now, with now I'm older and more wise.
Exactly.
I've lost some people that I went to high school with now. You know, like
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's sad, Alex.
It is. It's terrible. But
hey, but you know what?
You gotta
life and death.
Get out
That
of
was-
here! Get out of here!
I'm sorry.
Nobody. I guess
I get kicked off my own podcast.
I guess people were born
I'm done.
during high school.
People were born. Oh, dude.
You know, people were having babies.
Do you know anyone from your high school that had a kid?
Yeah.
No? Oh, I guess it's less weird for
Dude,
you.
of
for
course.
me, it's more
It's like weird that I don't have a kid.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
You know?
I was thinking like we were like 18 for some reason.
No, I'm almost 30.
Nah, you're only as old as you pretend to be. Just tell people you're 18. I sometimes.
But that's the thing, dude. Is I don't even mind when you tell people you're going to be 30. They're like, I'm so sorry. That's the worst. But
yeah. Well, like on Friends.
I got my shit figured out way more than I did when I was 20.
Honestly, I feel like a mess. I feel like a complete mess. Do you remember on Friends when Joey was like, it was supposed to be everyone else but not me when he was turning 30?
Yeah.
As a kid, my parents
forgot
watched
about that.
Friends all the time. That's the only thing I remember from Friends watching as a kid. I don't know
Was
why
the
that stuck
horror
with
of
me.
turning 30
Yeah, I was
years
like,
old.
holy shit, we all life and death.
Look, for everybody out there who's scared to turn 30, it's not that. I guess
you
I'm
haven't
not
even turned 30.
I'm not
you
even
don't know.
30, so I
what
could
if
be.
what happens when you turn 30? Both your knees break,
It could be
and you're
really
like, holy
bad.
shit, I just
It
lied.
could be really
I
bad.
just lied to these people, and it's an awful experience.
But I just remember what my dad said to me when he turned 50 one time. He just goes, I just love being 50.
That's a huge jump, Alex.
I get to do whatever I want. I can
It's
afford
20
whatever I
years.
want. You know?
Can I tell you what my dream is? If I ever
Like your
become,
dream last
if
night?
I ever become famous. No, my dream last night was my dad trying to kill me. But speaking of dads, but no, my dream is to make my own miniature water park for myself.
Oh, for
when
yourself.
I'm older. So if I ever become famous, I want you to know, by you supporting me being famous and supporting the podcast, you're supporting my dream of a water park. And then right there, I'm going to do a cut. Today's episode was brought to you by the absolutely incredible OCC merch. I've been working with them for quite some time now, and they always deliver on their promises. And if you want to start having merch for yourself, they are the perfect group to look into. Whether you're a huge creator or a small creator, they work for everyone. They host your site, do all the hard work. The only work you do is sending them your design ideas, which is fun work. So if you want the perfect experience when it comes to merch, check out OCC merch. Tell them Jake sent you. More info is in the description. Also want to say big shout out to the Coldest Water. They work on giving you the best brand of water. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, right? It's like, it's just water. No. Until you've had the coldest water on a hot day or after working hard, you don't know what cold water is. And that's what the Coldest Water gives to you. With the holidays coming up, why not buy a bougie gift like the Coldest Water? I myself have high blood pressure, so I need to start drinking more water. So the Coldest Water came in clutch because now I'm actually drinking water because I actually enjoy it. And you could be getting 8% off by using my promo code. It actually even might be more than 8% off. I don't even know why I said that percentage. That's the one that popped in my head. Okay, well, the actual percentage is in the description. Good job, Jake. That was a great ad read. All right, so check out the Coldest Water. So, like, what's...
Wait, what did you just do?
That was like the ad break.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll read an ad there.
What's the ad for?
The Coldest Water bottle.
Do I get any money for setting
OC
that up for them?
And OCC merch. You'll get money if you stay.
What's
you know,
OCC merch?
OCC merch? One of our friends.
These are actually questions.
One of our friends does it. Like, it's a local company here. I can't think. I filmed for his band before. His brother does it.
Oh, Josh Ross?
Yes.
That's okay.
Woo! That got me hot underneath the collar. That one's gonna take some editing out.
Yeah, have fun with that. I'm just gonna send you that audio. There's a burp in there.
Yeah, that's great. What is your dream? Like, what do you want to, like, when you grow up? Sorry, I jumped all over the place. We didn't even say what we would say to our high school selves. I would tell myself, stop caring what people think. Don't be a little loser. Okay, just wanted to say that.
Like, I have really bad ADHD, but you also have really bad ADHD.
Yeah.
I think you're all over the place.
We're
too
still on
sometimes.
track. Go ahead and tell your high school self what you want to say, and then tell me your dream for when you're older.
Should I do like a real answer or like a funny answer?
Do whatever you want, man. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. In that case, then,
Mine wasn't a joke. Mine was more real. Here, let's redo it.
quit
Oh, go ahead.
everything.
Quit everything. You peaked in high school. Quit so my peak wasn't in high school.
No, quit Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Quit everything in high school so you come out of high school with no experience.
And then that way
and-
you can peak when you're older.
Yes, so you get that education. So you're like, man,
Yeah.
I really have become nothing, and I'm like 88,000 years old.
You're 30, bro.
I'm
You're not
29.
even 30. 29. When's your birthday? Oh, shit.
April.
We're best friends. When's
Your
my
birthday's in
birthday?
April?
When's my birthday?
April?
No.
May?
You're going the wrong way.
March?
Yeah.
17th?
7th. Close.
7th?
Close. Yeah.
I was there for your 21st birthday.
You were there for my 21st birthday.
I made the most awkward video of you of all time. It was so good.
Dude, you put me in the most awkward situations. That's kind of why I wanted to.
Yeah.
Alex I used to go out to the bars with Alex. This man,
Yeah, before COVID happened.
right before COVID, you would take me out to the bars because I was 21. You are like scary.
No, I'm not.
No, you're really nice, but if someone
I am like the nicest person in the world.
he's so nice, guys. He's really nice and he's really fun to be a part
But I am
of.
really
Fun.
nice, and I really love going out and hanging out with people. But there was just one time that this biker was picking on us, and Jake picks this out in his head all the time that he was trying to fight us, and then I just didn't have it anymore. And I told him
He was trying to fight you.
That's
I
true.
was to you when
And
he,
I was being super nice to him. And then when I put my hand on his shoulder, I was like, "Hey, man, let's just be friends." He goes, "Don't touch me."
Oh, he was ready
and
to
then
kill you.
that's when I was like, "Okay, well,
What'd you
then,
call him? Alex?
I called him he had a long white beard, like Gandalf. So I called him a white bearded bitch.
300-pound
He was a big guy.
biker.
He was big.
Alex
guy.
goes, "Oh, listen here, you white-bearded bitch." I'm like, okay. Hey, let's
But
not
that
do
was also
this."
it was like we had our radio station's prom was that night.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
It was a fun night, and the
Or-
reason the guy came and gave us a hard time was we had seen a friend, and Alex was just being very loud with that friend, and that friend was not doing a good job of being like, he wasn't reciprocating.
Oh,
He wasn't
why
like
don't you tell him what actually happened? The friend was on some really
shrooms,
hardcore drugs.
acid,
No, not shrooms. It was acid.
He was on acid.
He was on acid that night.
So he's not responding to Alex, and Alex is like, "Hey, we're gonna get drunk together," and he's just like, "What?"
Yeah, and I was like
yeah,
very intoxicated past the point where anybody should be, by the way. And then yeah, when we were excited about him hanging out with us, this biker guy who apparently he also knew came over and like tried to defend his honor.
And the dude
Very
didn't
poorly.
say, our friend didn't say, our friend's like this. Like they're fighting, and the friend's like, no. I was like, what are you, dude? Just set it straight.
It was
and,
bad.
And then Alex was so drunk. The next night when I saw him, he told me the story like I wasn't there, and I was like, Alex, just zoom out. I'm to the left, being like, hey, let's break it up. Let's stop. I was completely removed from your story.
I had tunnel vision that night. I remember
That was hilarious.
our friend being there and Gandalf, the white bearded bitch.
That was hilarious. And it's kind of like a superpower. You can roast people when you're drunk. There was one time when you got drunk.
It's not like a good thing though.
We were at a karaoke bar, and this guy was singing a song, and he was singing really bad, and you started singing, and you sounded better, but it was his karaoke song, so he's just like singing, and you're singing loud, and like, dude, me and I can't remember who was with us, but we were like, hey, Alex. And you're like, oh, am I too loud? And we're like, yes. You're singing over the guy. And you don't remember?
No.
I vividly remember.
No. Was
We're
that my
like-
birthday?
It was for your birthday, yeah.
Again, you're picking out very big occasions and special events where lots of alcohol is usually consumed. So I wasn't my best self on either of these occasions.
I would argue it was your best self.
Intoxicated and out of control is my best self.
Yes. Last time I got intoxicated and out of control was almost a year ago. I got so drunk on Christmas Eve. I was so sad and alone. I went to a dive bar with my friends, and I was so drunk. My friend was nice enough to drive me to my house, and then I remember I got to the door, and I was like, Jesus, I'm going to puke. Guide my hand to get the door open so I can get inside.
Oh, okay, but you weren't driving that night.
No. Get inside my house. Get inside my house.
Yeah.
So I unlocked the door. I got in, and worst Christmas ever.
Yeah, it usually happens around the holidays because that's when everybody comes back into town, and that's when you got to party.
Not this year, though.
You gotta utilize that time. It makes
Not
sense.
this year. I guess to wrap up.
Not this year, though. No.
Not this year. To wrap up, bringing it back, what is your dream for when you're older?
Man, I don't know. A lot of stuff. I do know my dream. The real dream is just to entertain and then also be able to put food on the table. So it's whatever it is, whether it's podcasts, whether it's music, whether it's marketing, whether it's comedy, whatever. Entertaining people which is fun for me. And then if I can also put food on the table, that'd be great. And I know that's like a boring answer. Should I just say rock star?
I kind of want to be an assassin. Like if I lived another life.
See, that's the more fun answer. That's the more fun answer.
If I was in another life, I would be like, if I could.
But do you want to be an assassin that can put food on the table?
Yeah.
Like you want it to pay the bills.
I think you'd pay the bills, bro.
How much does an assassin get paid? Have you looked into it?
No.
Like realistically?
Yeah. Let me Google assassin and end up on all. Edward Snowden didn't release that the FBI is always watching us for me to Google how to become assassin.
How many people do you think Google how much does an assassin make every day? I don't think you'd be put on some sort of list for Googling.
I think we're on a list already.
We're all on a list. Every
we're on
single
different
person
lists.
in the whole
I'm
world
on the
is
cool
on a
list. You're on the sad list.
Why am I on the sad list?
I'm on the
How'd
party
you get on
list.
the cool list?
I'm on the let into the bar list. You're on the make him wait in the line list.
What bar are you going to?
The cool bar.
The cool. Is it say that over? Is that the name of the bar? The cool bar.
The cool
hey,
bar.
the cool bar.
It says
Let me
the
look
cool
on the
bar.
cool list to
It-
see who cool people
It
could
says
come in.
okay. It says cool and it's a capital L and then it's a little umbrella that you put in drinks sticking out of the L. And I'm walking in, and as I'm walking in, there's Bobby Lee. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Bobby Lee?
And I'm like, "Bobby Lee, what's
That's such
up,
a
man?"
specific random person.
And maybe that's one
for
of
you
my
to call
dreams.
out to be.
I want to be a water park owning assassin friend of Bobby Lee who gets into the cool bar. And you're standing in line, you're 40 now, and you're with Hannah and your girlfriend. And I look to you guys, I'm like, "Yo, come on, guys!" And you're like, "But we're second in line." I pull out some ninja stars. I'm and I take out the two people in front of you.
Oh, and you didn't kill us.
Yeah,
okay,
I
you
killed
killed them.
I go, "Whatcha?" Not anymore.
Cool.
And we walk in and I fist bump the bouncer.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good dream.
Yeah.
Then my real dream
Yeah.
is to be a Power Ranger.
Yeah, dude. And you guys, you're what color? What color ranger
Red,
are you?
of course.
You're the Red
Yeah.
Ranger chilling in there, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Except I can't believe they didn't let the Red Ranger into the cool bar. But
Yeah. No,
Mistake on their part.
Well, I wasn't in my suit.
oh,
If I would have morphed, they would have 100% let me in.
morphin' time.
Yeah, they would have
Also,
let me in.
I just want to jump back. I remember I said I had a dream of my dad killing me. I just want to elaborate. Me and my dad.
Do you want to lay
have a-
down and tell me about this?
No. We have a great relationship. It was just one of those random dreams. I told him about it, and my dad was like, "Yeah, sounds about right." I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I saw the movie Rage or whatever. It's about this guy who gets road rage, and it's a really good movie. I can't think of exactly what it's called. It came out recently. It's about this guy who gets road rage against this lady, and he just goes on a killing spree. And that kind of morphed into my dream, and for some reason it was my dad. And
Weird.
I'll think of the movie name next week. We're gonna have a quiz for Alex, and I'm gonna know that movie name. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
That's not a good ending. Redo it.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
No, say something worth our time. Happy Thanksgiving.
And then some.